All right, guys, welcome back to the channel. Today, we're going to break down the taxable portfolio, and then I'm going to list 5 stocks that I'm looking to buy, but I'm still waiting and I have the alert set. So let's get into it real quick. We have SCHD right here. We have FNILX, which is the S&P 500. We have FSPGX, which is the growth fund. So just looking at it right now, let's focus on SCHD. SCHD right now, I have currently value of 7,500 is what it's worth. But my cost basis on the right side, I have about $8,000 invested in for a cost basis of $70.75. So currently I am down 5.45% on SCHD, and I've been dollar cost averaging in this. It is 35% of the account. And then my next is FNILX, which is about 6,300. So it's 30% of my account, which is the S&P 500. And I'm currently total gains and losses. I am pretty much break even at 0.06. And then my growth fund, FSPGX, I am up currently 3.45%, which makes up 33% of the account. And it's about 6,800 involved. So now my goal is to get this cost basis for each of these 3 funds up to $10,000 each. So they'll be about like around a 30 to 35% of the portfolio. But now stocks are starting to get cheap, so I'm going to start to try to add some individual stocks to this portfolio. And keep in mind that this is a long-term portfolio, so we are just going to continue to add to it every single month. But let's get into it. Let's break down the stocks that I think are worth mentioning and what maybe you could be interested in adding to yours as well. One other side note that I wanted to introduce to anybody that uses Fidelity is that if you click on Overview, once you move over to Dividend View, we can see that SCHD right here is going to pay me an estimated annual income of about $296 a year. So that is a current yield of 3.84%. And you will see that the FNILX and the FSPGX do pay dividends, but it doesn't show an estimated annual yield. You get paid per share right here. You can see 5 cents for the 0.05 for the FSPGX, and then FNILX is 0.2. But beware, the FNILX pays you once a year in December versus FSPGX. You can see the dividend date right here. So if you look at SEHD, I get paid 4 times quarterly a year, which is September 20th was the most recent ex-dividend date to get paid out, which will be on 9/25. And then on FNILX, you'll see December 16th, I get paid on 12/19. I can expect a dividend of 20 cents per share. So for those that are new, you can see that on FNILX, I currently have 434 shares. So you can do the math yourself, which is pretty easy. You could just do 434 times 0.2, and then that would be how much you can expect in dividends. You can do the same thing with SCHD. I have 113 shares. I'm going to get paid 65 cents for the per share. So it's just 113 times 0.65. That should equal the 296. And that gives me an idea how much I'm going to get. So yearly, I can expect almost $300, which is pretty good. So that's basically like close to like, $75 every quarter that I'll get. Every 3 months, I get paid 75 bucks. So as we build this position, it'll start to get bigger. But I just wanted you to see that because they have a nice little feature up here where you can see the dividend view, and then you can look at the fund performance really quickly of what you own. So it's easy to kind of map out. Look at SCHD. You can see here that SCHD over the 10-year period has annualized 11% return. And because these funds, the FSPGX and FNILX, are a little bit, only been around for 5 years, you only have a 5-year track record. But good growth from the growth funds, 21%, 27%, 7%, and then over 5 years, about 12% return. So not bad. So we're going to stick with these long term, and we'll see where they go. And it's a nice quick little thing. It shows the expense ratios as well, which is nice and easy to read. So the first ticker symbol is going to be Realty Income. That is ticker symbol O. What this is basically a Realty Income, so real estate. And the reason I like it is because the company is structured as a REIT, so it pays back monthly dividends. That's a big difference. Monthly dividends you're going to get. And Realty Income is special to me because it has cash flow from over 13,000 real estate properties. So I look at this almost as its own ETF because it has over 13,000 real estate properties. So it's not just in one thing. It's in like basic 7-Elevens, everything that you see basically in real estate. It's all around. So I really like this, but let's look at the chart and I'm going to show you why and where I am looking to make my first entry. So this is ticker symbol O, Realty Income. Looking at it on the 5-year chart, what I see right now is you have this cluster of support. So let me just show you what I'm looking at, and then I'm going to show you where I want to make my entry. So what I see here is I see we have a lot of support in this area. Basically right here. There's just it's like a ping pong, it just keeps going up and down. My first entry that I'm trying to make is going to be subpar under $44. So this is the zone I'm looking at, but currently we are trading right here around $48, $49 a share. I'm being patient. I want to make my entry. What I see is a bear flag. So just hear me out and just watch what I'm doing here. So this is a 5-year chart, and you have this sell-off here all the way down, and sometimes you can get that nice bounce back, so maybe I'm wrong. But what I'm hoping to see is that we are going to see this play out for a little bit longer, a few more months. We're going to have here, and then I want to see it sell off. Basically, let's make this red for a more dramatic effect. I want to see this sell off down to about the 44, 45 range. And the reason I'm saying that is because you can see down here, I drew this line of support, which it went all the way down to $32, but that was an extreme time. That was during COVID. And I want to see it hit this level of support. So we have this nice sell-off here. I want this bear flag to keep forming, then break the 49, and then start heading down into the $40 to $45 range. And that's where I'm looking to make my entry. And I'm going to start dollar cost averaging. I'm not just making one purchase. I'm going to start buying in that area, the $40 to $45 range. That's where I want it. So that's what I'm looking for with Realty Income, just so you can see. Let's get to the next. All right, so this is Google. Everybody knows what Google is. It's the first thing you go on when you go on the internet. So basically what I'm looking for here is I'm looking for support. My next entry is going to possibly be, or hopefully I should say, because I'm hoping we get more sell-off coming on Google. I think they're a great long-term company. These are my favorite guys. And what I'm looking to do is start making my entry around 110 to 105 because we have this consolidation here, this support level here. And I'm buying them long term, so I'm trying to still use some charting. I don't want to just buy them just because I love them. I want to get them at prices that I think are interesting. This is a big sell-off candle right here, big sell-off. And we went all the way from 140 all the way down to 122. I still haven't bought anything yet. I'm still waiting. I'm hoping that we can get a nice bear flag to form again because we have this big sell-off candle. And if it doesn't even get that bear flag, who cares? As long as it keeps selling off, that's what I want. Because my target is I'm hoping we start to get some ping pong action up here. And then we're going to get a nice sell-off down to this support area of 110. I'll start buying, making my entry. I'll add it to the videos in the taxable portfolio. So I need Google to go down another 10%. And then I can start making entries on this. So that's what I'm looking for with Google. Quick breakdown. Hopefully get that bear flag. Start selling off more. Hit the support areas right here in that 105 to 110 range and start building a long-term Google position, which would be excellent. All right, so everybody knows I love trading Tesla if you watch anything about my channel. So we have the 5-year chart up. You can see the wedge. We have this and this. Tesla's trading in this channel right now. Where am I looking to make my entry? We're at long-term where I'm looking to make my entry. These are swing trades. So I'm going to be holding this for a few years. I want to, and I always say that long-term or swing trades because if a stock goes up like 100% dramatically, I'm going to obviously take profits. But I'm not expecting that to happen immediately. So it's definitely something. So Tesla's been having some trouble with, their margins and the stock's been selling off. So for me, it's a no-brainer. I'm looking to buy this, but I'm waiting. And where I want them is I want them in this zone area of 185 to 190 is where I'm looking because you can see there's clearly support in these areas. So once that breaks, once we can get that final tipping break where Tesla sells off from 200 all the way down to here in like the 180 range, that's where I'm going to start making my entry. And Tesla, don't get me wrong, it can just keep selling off. So this is more of a riskier thing. When you go with Tesla, you really got to dollar cost average and slow because this stock can move so much. It could be up 20% in 1 month or 20% down in 1 month. So just be very careful. But I'm looking for Tesla. I want that 180 range, and I want to start dollar cost averaging in for the long term. But I like all this consolidation. I'm going to just wait for it to sell off again and start making my entry long term because all it takes is interest rates start turning around. Tesla can start selling more cars. And if auto loans aren't 8 to 10%, we'll start to get a move coming up. So that's what we're looking for. All right, so Amazon, this is one of my favorite stocks. I don't have shares of it. I'm looking to get an entry. I want an entry around the 105. Where I'm looking is this area of consolidation right here. We have easy support right there. I want to see, we have this nice sell-off from about 145 all the way down to about 128, 124. I want to hopefully what I want to see is I want to see this just form a nice bear flag. And then because you have the sell-off, you have the consolidation, we break this consolidation, we break 123, and then we start selling off. And we start coming down to the 100 to 105, and that's where I'm going to make my entry with Amazon. Definitely looking to make an entry long term, but got to be patient because we had this nice rise in the beginning of the year, February 2023, from $82 all the way up to 140. So I can imagine there's going to be some profit taking at the end of this year, get a nice sell off on Amazon. I can get a reposition back in around 105 to 110, similar to Google. All right, last but not least is Apple. What I'm looking for is I want to make an entry, my first entry at the 150. Right now we're trading at 168. I want to see this sell back down to 150. That's another 10% pullback. That's a nice correction territory. I think that's going to be nice for us. If we can get that, I'm going to start making my entry at around 150. Now the reason I say that is because 150 is a psychological support area. I think we can get a nice bounce from there. And we have some nice consolidation in this area. So I want to make an entry on Apple, but I need it to pull back another 10%. So I'm being patient. If I don't get these prices, that's okay with me because I'm going to continue to dollar cost average into the growth fund, FSPGX. And that's fine with me. As long as you have your plan and you're dollar cost averaging long term, it's going to be fine anyway. So I'm going to be buying growth stocks anyway, the Teslas, the Microsofts, the Apples, Google. But I want specific positions in them for the long term. But for now, we'll just keep dollar cost averaging while the market starts to keep selling off here. And then we'll go from there. But I just want to give you what I'm looking at. This is what I think could be potential entries. Hopefully we get some more pullback. All right, guys, this is the end of the video. Just wanted to show my channel, say thank you to all my 600 subscribers. It's pretty cool to see this starting to grow and gain some traction. If you're new to this channel, just check out my playlist. I have things for investment for beginners. I show my trading P&L when I day trade. I have my Fidelity crypto portfolio that's completely transparent. I go over Fidelity Active Trader Pro. If you want to learn how to trade on this system, I just go over what it has. I have long-term investments, penny stocks that I really haven't bought in a while, current positions, and just investment ideas, which is what this video will go under. So check it out. Feel free to drop a comment, like, subscribe. It's always appreciated. All right, until next time.